Welcome back, Dino Explorers! Get ready for another amazing adventure into the prehistoric past. Today, we're meeting a superstar from the Cretaceous period, a creature that's built like a tank and covered in armor from head to tail. That's right, it's time to meet the incredible Ankylosaurus. Here comes our guest, stomping onto the scene with a confident grin, every step sending tiny pebbles bouncing. At the end of its tail swings a mighty club gleaming in the sunlight. With a powerful pose and a wink, Ankylosaurus announces its arrival. No one's messing with this dino, it's basically a living tank. The crowd of young explorers erupts with laughter and cheers as Ankylosaurus strikes a superhero pose, tail club raised high. So, who exactly is Ankylosaurus? Let's find out, straight from the dino's mouth. Ankylosaurus introduces itself with pride, explaining that the name means fused lizard. That's because the bones in its armor and skull were literally fused together, creating an almost impenetrable shield. Ankylosaurus lived about 66 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous period, a time when the Earth was warm, lush, and teeming with dinosaurs of all shapes and sizes. Just how big was Ankylosaurus? Imagine a creature stretching 6 to 8 meters long from nose to tail, longer than most cars, and almost as heavy as a small truck. That's a lot of dino. But what really makes Ankylosaurus stand out is its armor. Curious kids in the audience can't help but ask about the spiky look. Ankylosaurus proudly shows off its back, covered in rows of bony plates called osteoderms. These plates were embedded in the skin, forming a living suit of armor that protected Ankylosaurus from the sharp teeth and claws of hungry predators. Even the mighty T-Rex would think twice before taking a bite. This dino's tough hide was nearly impossible to break through. But wait, there's more. All eyes turn to the end of Ankylosaurus's tail, where something amazing is swinging. A huge, bony club. What's that for? Ankylosaurus grins and gives the tail a dramatic swing. In a flash, it whacks a nearby rock, splitting it clean in two. The kids gasp, then burst out laughing. That tail club isn't just for show. It's like a prehistoric baseball bat, perfect for defending against attackers. Ankylosaurus pretends to hit an imaginary baseball, sending it soaring into the sky. Home run! The audience cheers and giggles, imagining what it must have been like to see that mighty tail in action. Now, you might be wondering, was Ankylosaurus a fearsome, meat-eating hunter? Not at all. While some dinosaurs chased prey, Ankylosaurus was perfectly content munching on plants. With a mouth shaped like a beak and rows of small teeth, it spent its days grazing on ferns, low-growing shrubs, and other delicious vegetation. Ankylosaurus didn't need to chase anything down. Instead, it used its low, sturdy body to reach the tastiest greens right at ground level. Did Ankylosaurus roam in herds or prefer to go it alone? That's a bit of a mystery. Some scientists think these armored giants might have traveled in small groups, while others believe they were mostly solitary. But one thing is certain, whether alone or with friends, Ankylosaurus was almost impossible to mess with. When danger approached, Ankylosaurus didn't run. Instead, it crouched low to the ground, tucking in its vulnerable belly and presenting its toughest armor to the world. With its spiky back and powerful tail club at the ready, predators usually decided it wasn't worth the trouble. So, what can we all learn from Ankylosaurus? Let's review the facts. Ankylosaurus was a prehistoric armored tank living in the Cretaceous period. It was covered in bony plates and spikes for protection and carried a massive club at the end of its tail, perfect for defending against even the fiercest of foes. Even though it wasn't the biggest or fastest dinosaur, Ankylosaurus was perfectly adapted to survive, using strength, clever defenses, and a calm attitude to keep safe. But there's something even more important. Ankylosaurus shows us that you don't have to be the flashiest or the most aggressive to be strong. Sometimes, the best way to handle challenges is to be prepared and stand your ground. Ankylosaurus didn't pick fights, but it was always ready if trouble found it. That's a lesson we can all remember. Whether you're facing a tricky math problem or a tough day at school, being steady, prepared, and confident can help you succeed. As our adventure wraps up, Ankylosaurus gives one last proud pose, showing off its armor and swinging its tail with a friendly grin. With a quick flick, it knocks a coconut off a nearby tree, sending it tumbling down to delighted peals of laughter from the audience. The kids clap and laugh, inspired by our armored dino friend. So, next time you see a picture of Ankylosaurus, remember, it was more than just a dinosaur. It was a symbol of strength, resilience, and the power of being prepared. Thanks for joining today's Dino Adventure, explorers. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and who knows, maybe you'll discover the next amazing fact about the dinosaurs that once ruled our world. Until next time, keep on exploring, and remember, whether you're big, small, fast, or slow, everyone has their own special way to shine.